Yo guys, it's Ghost Banana, and today we're going to be making some Matchbox Rockets. So we have this aluminum tape wrap, I don't know if it's aluminum foil. We have extra long, what are these called again? Matches, big heads. We have this nice bendy lighter. We have some of this aluminum repair tape. We have a cup with the sock over it. Just helps to catch the matches when we cut them. And we have this by the King of Randomness. He made these for us, so we just printed one. kingofrandomness.com, that's where you need to go. And scissors. Yeah, we also forgot these bamboo skewer sticks, which we're going to need. And now we're going to take these match heads and we're going to cut them into the sock cup. And the reason we have a sock so they don't bounce out as easily with the scissors. So here we go. Now I got some matches in my hand. Now we're going to put them in there. I already did one as a test. You can see the little sucker. Put some more in. That shot somewhere. Attempt number 3. Made it in. Attempt number 4. Shot somewhere.
All right, we're back. So we got the pattern cut out. Now I'm going to cut this little square out, and that's going to be for the fins of the rocket. Okay, now we're going to move these marks from the template onto our new pattern that's made out of cardboard, and I think we're going to be ready to cut out some patterns out of the aluminum wrap. All right. Awesome. All right, all we're doing is following the directions in the video. So if you see Grant Thompson's YouTube video, you'll recognize that we're doing the same thing. This is going to be our aluminum foil for wrapping the match heads. And we're going to take the pattern, and what we're missing is a piece of paper towel. So instead of paper towel, we're going to use a tissue. All right, so we've got the pattern traced. So now I'm going to cut it out, and we'll see where it takes us. All right, so now we have 4 pieces that we can work with and make our first rockets. Let's see how that turns out. Oh, actually, before we do that, we need to cut the skewer stick and make the fins out of the tape. So we'll be right back. All right, so we got our aluminum tape, and I'm going to cut off a little piece so I can work with it easily.
It blinds me.
Like that.
It blinds me.
It blinds you. Wow.
Dangerous.
Okay, now we did the pattern just a little bit different. So instead of cutting out a little opening like we should have, I actually cut this out because I was being a little bit lazy, I gotta tell you. As I can pick it up, is I'm going to trace this on here. Actually, all I need to do is probably just mark it. I can trace it actually. Trace it like that, and like that, and then cut it. Now I see why having a little opening might be a little bit more convenient than doing it this way.
What, lazy man?
Yep, all I had to do was follow directions and wouldn't be having a problem, would I? But that's okay. I know somebody else who doesn't like to follow directions. I'm not gonna point my finger at him, but I will point my elbow like that. So, all right. Get this off. Now, do you remember how we're supposed to fold this into quarters?
Yes.
So I'm
Trying
going to do
tip to tip, then
tip to tip. That's right. So I'm going to do the first one.
And then you
like that, and then you, my assistant.
You're my assistant.
Oh, I'm your assistant? Okay, well,
Yes.
you, my, whatever opposite of assistant is.
King.
your king.
That'll work. No, Majesty.
Yeah, keep working that angle. You will do the rest. So, see how I folded it tip to tip? And now,
Yeah,
you
there
just
you
fold it
go.
like this.
Then you cut off the top.
Cut off the top so that the rocket can fit inside. Then unfold it and it's ready.
Okay, it's my turn. Here goes nothing. Then we go like that. What? No, we go like that. No, tough.
Tip to tip, remember? You did one tip to tip, now you gotta do the other way. There you go.
I think that's messed up.
No, you got it.
Do I go like
Yep, that's it. Now squish it.
it's way easier on the video?
Now cut it up, cut off the tip. Awesome.
It's a little wobbly.
That's right. Okay, folks, we're back. So here's what we've discovered in the process of making this. These are the match heads that we think Grant Thompson was using for his rockets. These are matchsticks that we have. As you can tell, they're just a little bit bigger, like maybe 3 times the size, maybe twice. So it's actually presenting kind of a challenge for us, a problem, because when we use the skewer stick to make the small rocket, if you will, or using the small match head, the skewer sticks works pretty well. But if you use it for the big one, then the match head part is so big that it's just not working very well. That's actually how we make the rocket. So we adapted this a little bit and decided to use this type of stick and rounded it a little bit to make it rounder. And we're using that to make the rocket. So we made one rocket so far with a big match head and one with a small match head. Is that the big one?
Yes, it's a little bit thicker than
Yep.
the small one, which you can tell is thinner.
So we'll make a couple of each and take it for a test ride, or test flight as the case would be, and see what happens. So we discovered it's a little bit challenging getting it started. Sometimes, well, we had one piece of aluminum actually rip and tear, and then as you're rolling it, it tends to not want to roll easily. So sometimes you have to give it a couple different tries, but got this one started pretty well, and we'll just try and keep it nice and tight. As anybody in combustion business will tell you, containment is the key, because you don't want the combustion to be escaping out through any other ways except for the nozzle that you want it to escape through. So we shall see. Now we're going to crimp it with a pair of pliers, or as the case would be with a Leatherman. Now the tricky part sometimes is putting it through. There you go. And then attaching it to the end. So there you have it. Now, clearly, as you can tell, this is something that takes practice. So now we got this, comes out.
Practice.
And then when we go to fire it, actually we're going to use the skewer stick. So it's not going to be as tight of a fit, but I think it's going to compensate for the fact that there's going to be so much exhaust coming out that it will fire regardless. So we'll give it a try. Okay, so another one done, and we'll try some more. Out for now.
To the firing range now, because we got 3 perfect brand new rockets that are ready to go 1,000,000 meters out somewhere. I don't know how far that is. Maybe Petone? No. I don't know, but we'll see at the firing range.
Okay, so as it turns out, the weather outside is like 40-mile-an-hour winds and probably not much above 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So what we're going to do is we're going to launch our rockets from inside of the garage. But before we can do that, we're going to need to move Meg's car out. Here's the set car.
Okay, I might look silly in this, but it's for protection. Number one thing, kids out there, don't listen to people who say, "Oh, you'll be fine." Wear protection, headgear, the best form of protection. Let's go.
Okay, by the way, kids, here's how you find out your helmet is too big for you. Okay, now unwind your head because your neck is wound up. All right. Okay, we're at the International Launch Complex here at the Shulinsky residence, and we're about ready to do the launch. Here's what it looks like. And we're going to be launching in the direction of the harbor. Hopefully we won't sink any ships. All right, so we had our first launch. We went on about 2 meters, about 6 feet. Not quite what we're hoping for, but you can see there's a little scorching on the rocket. I wonder if any of the exhaust came out over here. Looks like it might have, so maybe that's why it didn't go as far. But don't know. It's a experimental sport, so we're going to give it a try with the other two and see how it works out. Whoa!
The small one didn't go as far, so the question is,
Not quite what we're hoping for.
if you made a bigger one, would
I don't think protection is necessary anymore. Okay, we had a tragic ending to rocket number 3, bound for outer space. Did not get there. We lost. There were no members on board, but we lost this miraculous spaceship. Burning incident.
A failure on launch.
Didn't even launch.
Yep. Blew out the top.
Top's gone. It would have sucked out all the people on board and dead.
Thank goodness it was an unmanned mission.
Yes. A tragedy it was.
We'll have to go back to the drawing board, eh?
Yeah. Hey guys, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this video. From those rockets, they said they'd go 40 meters or something. Well, they only went 2 at the max. They didn't hit 3, so they're not as good as you think. But if you want to try them, go ahead, try them. They might work for you, they might not, like they did for us. But anyways, if you wanna try it yourself, just watch Grant Thompson's video. The link will be somewhere down here. So yeah, just make sure you try it, and then you'll be the king of best.